Sandy's gonna go tighten the leech line up on the sail. And we are cruising. We go. It is getting hot out, and I'm gonna have to take this off. And this is what it's gonna be like for the next, I think we're gonna make one shot down to Great Exuma. Maybe do about 12 hours right now today. It's beautiful out here. Always walk on the high side, okay? Because if you walk on the low side, if you trip, you fall, you go in the water. This way, if I trip and fall, I'll fall on the deck. Actually, there was a man overboard incident just the other day. Came over the VHF. Well, we weren't near the VHF, but it came over. It was in the Abacos. Yeah, a man overboard did come across the in the Bahamas the other day. They were in the Abacos. It was a little rough weather, but nothing big, and they lost their steering, and I don't know what happened, but the man fell overboard. Rescue was called, Coast Guard was called. They came out, plucked the man out of the water, and put him on a sandbar apparently, and then went and dealt with the boat. I don't know, but anyways, apparently everybody's safe. But you know, the guy, yeah, was lucky. We have left the sea park now, and we're in fishing waters. But on this side here, on the bank side, there's not much you're going to catch. I've only ever caught one good fish to eat, but a mutton snapper or something. But usually we catch barracuda. We let them go though. And once we go on the outside, that's where the good fish are. Winds are really nice, 10 knots. I mean, like, just barely enough to get this tugboat moving. So I think what's happening now, guys, is I'm getting Sandy off the boat. Anyways, I'm done with her bad attitude, and if she comes back, then that's on her accord. But we're really going to pick up the grandkids. Hopefully we'll pick up 2, but for sure we're picking up 1 and bringing them down, and then returning them after we're, you know, retrain them to be little goblins, little monsters. Anyways, what an opportunity. These kids, we've had our granddaughter on board before because, well, she's young. She was young then, but now she's like, well, she's not 5 yet, but she's near there. And she's just gonna love it here, right? I mean, like, come on. She's gonna play in the water, in the sand every day, in the sun. We're gonna take her to beautiful sandbars. And there's going to be kids. There's where we're going in Great Exuma. There'll be other boat kids there, so she's going to meet friends. And I just, you know, we're going to do like 7 to 10 days. And what I hope is that I have her for. I wish we had her for 3 months. Wade, on the other hand, he's 2.5. When's Wade going to be 3? Yeah, so Wade's 2.5. He's out of diapers. Everything's great. He belongs on this boat. Whether we can arrange to get him on without the parents, and the parents are welcome to come. I don't care, but it'd be a lot of fun if the parents didn't come. Being grandparents, you would know what that means. Now I'm going to send Sandy back to pick them up. This is Sandy's way to escape. If she wants to, she can leave and not return. The door is open here, right? You know what I mean? Like, guys, this is the way you got to run a relationship. You got to let them free, and if they return, they're yours. Isn't that the saying?
What a crock of poo!
So anyways, I had guests on board just the other day. They left. They'd never been to the guests that I've had before. The lady was here before with us, but her husband wasn't. This time her husband came, And he was a great participant. He got sick one day, no problem. And but you know, he got over it. It was actually pretty mild weather. He just got sick, you know. Well, probably went down into the bathroom and while we were moving and got sick. Anyways, no big deal. The couple after actually was the father-daughter. I picked them up first, and then I picked up the mother a few days later in Staniel Key. The mother was very unsure of the trip. Now, we had some rough weather coming across with the father and the daughter, and they did the smart thing. They just went down below and they laid on that bed until we anchored at 8 o'clock at night. And at that point, they didn't eat anything. They just laid down. They didn't get sick. So these two, they knew their bodies, and they knew they had to go lay down and go to sleep, and they did that. Anyhow, the weather was great with the mother here. She was very unsure. We were a little worried. I mean, you know, and yeah. So what happens is on the last day, we had our little rolly ride back to Staniel to drop all three of them off. And the mother was doing great. Actually, she did better than the other two, way better. And then she went into the bath. She was down below because it was raining outside and it was rough and cold. And she went down below. She was down below, and then she went into the bathroom and then came up and got sick. And then she went to sleep. And then once we got there, she was fine. Boom. We went to a restaurant. We had lunch. Thank you for the lunch, guys. It was wonderful. And the other couple too, they took us out for dinner as well, and it was just wonderful. You know, actually, both couples took us out for dinner 2 times actually. Just want to thank you guys for that. You didn't have to do it. I know it, but I know you want. I know there's nothing to do that, like where I take these people, guys. There's no shopping, there's no nothing, okay? You're on a sandbar, you're on a deserted island, you're going hiking, whatever, but there's nothing there, okay? Sure, they bring some great booze on board. Absolutely, you know, when they come and they want to contribute. I totally get it. It's just impossible until we get to the drop-off point. Once we drop them off, we'll be dropping them off at an airport. And at that point, there will be a restaurant there, I'm sure. And these people, they want to participate. They want to. I get it. I totally get it. But you don't have to do it. You know what I mean. Anyways, both of them were. It was great. It was great having the father-daughter team, and then the mother showed up. That was fabulous. So it became a family vacation. Nice, great, and now hopefully I'm going to pick up some other guests, which are my grandkids, and then go, you know, as they get older, there'll be 3 coming, and maybe even more. Who knows? And that'll be really fun, right? Because I mean, like, you know, we want to be the grandparents. Well, Sandy wants to be a grandparent. He would be a full-time grandparent. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Okay, Sandy would be that grandparent that takes care of them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, every day of the week. I'm not going to do that. I want to be the grandparent that takes them sailing. I want to be the grandparent that takes them to Disney. I want to be the grandparent that takes them to the water parks and does all the cool shit and not be reliable. I want the parents to be afraid of me because I'm going to have more fun with those kids than they do. Does that sound right? Maybe it doesn't sound right, but I think you know what I mean. Spoil them. Yes, I want to give them chocolate and Coca-Cola and all that stuff that the psychopath parents don't allow them. Nowadays, parents are nuts. We used to goddamn let our kids crawl around and fill. They turned out to be good parents, though. My kids are good parents. Yes, they are. Since I am picking up these little brats, guys, I will have to pay for full fare. They're old enough. They're over 2.5 or 2 years old or something like that. They pay full fare. I remember back in the day when my kids were like, you know, 8 and 6 or something, or you know, maybe 10 and 8, I can't remember, but they were like over 5. We sent our kids to meet my parents in Portugal, because my parents always spent the summers in Portugal. So we put our kids on a plane as unattended minors. So they had like little lanyards with labels on them, unattended minors, and we handed them over at Toronto International to a stewardess or an attendant, flight attendant, and she took them on the plane. And then she handed them over to the grandparents, which were my parents in Portugal. And that was, you know, all by themselves. That's what we used to do back in the day. Today, I don't think that may even exist, unattended minors. I'm not sure. Putting your kid on an airplane by themselves, I don't know. Today, the laws may be, we don't even know if that exists. If anybody knows that that's still something that airlines do, please let us know.